Hey, morning.
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 Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, just can't see you.
Okay.
I can see you.
Could be both.
And now I can't hear you.
You can't?
I can
What?
hear you.
That could ruin it all.
Wah, wah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started, and then we've got our new products meeting, so we only have 30 minutes today, so let's run through stand-up, and we'll see where we get.
Okay, I was working on comments, input requests. Then I move on to another task. I am now trying to resolve the task's design solution to better test batching rules. I am excuse me. I am trying to figure out using cloud, and it seems like it can come up with a plan. And well, I will continue with this story for now. That
Hey Mario.
Yep.
Sorry. For that one you messaged me yesterday and I was looking at this morning. I forgot to go look at that scenario until
No
I saw
problem.
your message. But
I
anyway,
I am waiting on
yeah.
your answer. Yeah.
yeah. It's not a simple answer, but it's not. There's no staging. It's just shelving, and it's not. It seems to think that it's completing a shelf, but it's not completing a shelf. It's just if they do it manually, and when he showed me, and I can look into this more and maybe find it. Anyway,
Basically, we need to make the scenario 2 work as scenario 1, right? Something like that.
Yeah, we need. Sorry, I can't remember the scenario 2 is where it was failing. Yeah, so if they enter manually those numbers, because it's the exact same. Both of them, they're not completing the shelf, so they're just going to the shelf. Both scenarios, but the one, then they're just manually entering the number, and then he says that he taps out of it even just to make sure it's not focused on the field, the manual field, and scans the shelf, and it doesn't do anything. But the last time, then he tapped out of it a bunch of times. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but then it worked. So
Yeah, the
I
issue
don't
is
really know what's going on.
when you enter manually, the mode is changing to completing, so that instead of going to the method of shelving, it's going to other method which is staging. So I think that is the problem, right? When you
Weird.
yeah, when you complete the quantity manually, you will get a pop-up saying ready to ship, the order is ready to ship or something like that in green.
Right?
But immediately that you are internally the mode is changing from scanning to completed, and then the next scan will be through the staging, not the shelving. That's the problem.
But they're not completing the order. They have.
Yeah, I think this is that is the bug.
Anyway. Okay, well, they're not. The thing is, they're not completing the order. It's still just part of the order. So they have. I think I should have made some better scenarios. I didn't quite realize what was going on with it, but so they have. Let's say there's 20. Let's say there are 5 orders of 5 books each. So there's a total of 25, but they scan 2 of the items, have 5, So they scan each item, and it's wrapped in plastic. So but they can see there's 5. So they just put in 5 for item 1, 5 for item 2, and then they go and scan the shelf, and it doesn't scan. But it needs to be shelved, not staged. Because it's not completing the shelf because there's still 15 more items,
Yeah.
like three more items of 5 each. So
Yeah, I was analyzing via cloud, and
Yeah.
it seems like there is an incomplete feature added in
yeah,
there.
yeah, I don't.
So the bug is
Yeah,
is there for a
yeah,
long time.
yeah, and I don't know if what it's talking about is the same thing, but I'll look at that. I'll look at that more, and I can-
Okay. Okay.
talk
If
to you
you
more.
can
Yeah.
check the code, you will see what I mean for the two path
Okay,
involved.
all right, sounds good.
Okay. That's it for me.
Sorry. So for me, pull request reviews and also those plans. Just adding some ideas, and I would like to go back to grab another story and go back to doing something. That's it for me.
Okay. I did some code review, looked at some shipping issues. I started. They want for the DHL for the switch over to DHL. Then they want to know the payload, and I realized that I had made a method because there's like a with return and no return, and we don't want to tell them the method is no return. I don't think so. Change that. I had to do a little bit there to fix that, and then looked into that shelving issue a little bit, and kind of a all over the place kind of day. But it's basically it for me.
For me, I was working on a bunch of little things here and there, and trying to get a handle on the Printify thing. Sounds like we might have a meeting tomorrow about that. I was going to try and upload those products this morning and see what that does. Also, trying to get cup planning in a good place with the change that Sebastian and I came up with on Friday. And then just got some pull request reviews it looks like I got to do. So that's me.
Okay. Have you discussed that with Ryan? That
Oh,
migration?
no.
Oh. So
No, I forgot.
yeah, there's that idea that we will have a lot of planning tasks, right? And in the code, there were some lines that were duplicated constantly, right? If it is press planning, do this, and well, you know what I mean. So the idea behind this is to have a migration in the tasks table that auto-reference tasks saying, okay, these tasks, it has these planning tasks, right? So Indigo, Canon IX, all of those will have press planning reference. Envelope will have the envelope planning referenced. Same with case making and so on, right? Does that make sense to you? Okay.
Oh, you're muted.
Yeah. That's great. Wow. Yeah.
All right, how's that?
There we go.
Yeah. Better.
So yeah, that's the idea with that migration, and then we'll be able to take
Is
advantage
there-
of that.
Do we need to have a separate planning task for all of these things? I mean, we do because everything's built on it.
Yeah,
never
that's kind
mind.
of our entry
Yeah.
point into it. So
We have to have it. It's gonna create a bunch of extra steps. Maybe we don't have to print the planning tasks on the paperwork.
yeah, because they should be. They wouldn't. Well, I guess with cutting planning is the first one that it's in like the middle of the task chain. But it
Yeah,
probably
but I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
then we could hide the press planning one too, because it doesn't need to take that extra space. It's not something they need to do.
Yeah, that's true. Not a bad idea.
And we keep it in central in all the UIs because they will see that that's where it is, but it just doesn't need to actually be on the paperwork. I don't know. We can look at doing that later, but
Yeah, sounds like another story, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's
Seems like a reasonable adjustment. Oh, that was all for me, by the way.
okay. Yesterday was all about getting ready for deploy. It took a lot longer than thought, so it was ready around 3:30, and I decided to punt till this morning. And I was just finishing up the change for getting Charlie's email off the list. That's over to you, Scotty, to review. And so that now I want to deploy, but I've got meetings, so I will do that right after our meeting. And then I might do another smaller deploy later, the one that I was planning to do today, and do that early afternoon. That'll include the change for the bin in carts and also hopefully this change for Charlie. That's my plan for today. And then get ready for another deploy tomorrow.
you're not including the stat right?
Which one?
Stats board.
Stat boards.
I don't remember if I assigned that one. If that one was already reviewed, then I did. But I don't. If it was not reviewed, then probably not. Let me check.
Okay. With that, Chad, in the shift changes, I need to do with that for the peak seasons goals and regular goals.
Mm-hmm.
I had to add valid date from and to, let's say, date boundaries for those goals,
Okay.
and I just did it early, right? Tara will need to adjust those dates.
Okay. So she'll have a UI to an interface to do that.
Right.
She'll just have to do it. Okay.
Exactly.
Um,
I just, yeah.
I
Go ahead.
see that PR. If I have not looked at it all, I'm not too worried about it. I'm wondering if Scotty, if you can glance through it and review it, I can work on getting that out this afternoon. With the
Yeah, I'll take a
afternoon
look.
deploy.
Oh,
It's targeting another branch. Dashboard shift valid dates.
That's
Yeah,
out.
that's the one that.
So-
Oh, that one's out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to re-target this to be master, or I will just change the target branch to RC2.
Star Wars.
Yeah. 'Cause I got that one out last week.
Perfect.
Right.
Got it. Thank you. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
I'll take a look at that while you're in your meeting.
Great.
Hey, Rebecca, did you have anything, Rebecca?
Oh, hey, before we go too far, what did we figure out on the spine size, the 7 and the 8s on the chapbooks that are 8mm?
That we could go to the
Oh.
standard, whatever you suggested.
Yeah.
So we can make the 7 and the 8 both go to 7.5.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. That's what I was hoping she was going to say.
Thank you for reminding us. We did go over that last week, and
I'm
she.
sorry, I couldn't remember the numbers. I just remember it was whatever Ryan suggested.
Yeah.
She said it was okay.
I was sitting there
So-
thinking the same thing. I was like, and she was actually like, "Oh man, I'm so glad you thought of that. That will." Just like what you said, she's like, "I don't want to track both of those. Just make
Yeah,
them both
okay.
7.5."
So then, Sebastian, do you need to update your PR for the
Right. I need the PR updated, the script updated for modifying existing products, right?
Yes,
But code-wise, there's no change around that because those
Right.
were like custom.
they were.
specs, I
They were
think.
custom, so we just need to make sure we get them updated. So if you can
Okay.
add, and just with any of the, if you can just make sure that we are adding a note, a static note into the product saying that they were, what changes are happening, or do it in a way that, or have Claude mimic what we do already. It's done it a couple. I've seen Mario's a couple times where it creates the internal notes that shows the same format that we do it when we do a normal track changes. I just want to make sure we're capturing that at this point in time we switched the spine ranges from this to this. That's all I want to make sure we track. Or even if it's just, I guess if it's just even a static line saying the 7
Yeah.
and 8 that were dropped and switched to a 7.5, just so we have a log.
Yeah, that's fair. Good.
Okay, Rebecca, did you have anything else? Was there something that we wanted to talk to the team about yesterday?
Well, we have several things from the meeting last week, but because we're shorter this week, I know we can't cover them all.
Okay,
There's
we can
more.
start. We could maybe do one or two of them.
Let's see. There's more information on the soft cover and hardcover labeling task split. She sent over her notes from her meeting. So she said she wants it to be similar to what we currently have for saddle stitch and digital foil cover labeling. That we'd route all hardcover jobs to case making cover labeling, route all soft cover jobs to perfect bound cover labeling, and then they'd need the dashboards and task maps updated accordingly. And that she says we will create new shelving for case making and continue using the existing shelving for perfect binding.
Correct. Yes. Wow. That's a much bigger ask.
Yeah.
Why?
Looks-
Just because
Yeah.
whoever's over at cover labeling isn't handling them correctly. What?
They were fighting over it or something.
To me, it seems like they want it physically
Separated.
completely separated for their each of their areas, so that each area manages their own.
Yeah, to be fair to her, she was like, I don't know how big of this is. I know it's probably something.
It's big. It's pretty big. Because we're also going to need to make sure that we don't allow. So we're going to have to make sure that we need to make sure that when they go to stage a hardcover, that they don't put the hardcover in the softcover area. So it has to be, the staging zones have to be applied to the correct task, which isn't a problem. But then they both need to. But no, we can't. We don't have a way of having. Well, I guess we will have two cover labeling. We'll have two cover labeling tasks also for that one area. Yeah. It's probably not as big as I'm thinking it is, but the task maps are going to be a.
And was this one of those that she said, was this a to do or a to think about? I can't remember.
No, she
this is
she
to
wanted
do.
it done as soon as
Okay.
we could.
I couldn't remember which one.
And so I don't know, Sebastian, you said you were looking for something to do. I mean, I want you to get started on that
This is
vending
just-
project, but
This is
we're
just
not
a
ready for that.
configuration thing. Oh,
Oh,
well, I
it-
think we are. I just
only.
need to have a conversation with him.
Because we do the drop task, we automatically drop the cover labeling task,
Oh,
so
you're
that
right.
needs to be
You're
adjusted.
right. That'll need to be
Code.
adjusted. Yeah. All right. Well, then sure.
So there's a small coding change, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe. I've not seen the full picture, but will one full process map potentially contain 2 cover labeling tasks in the same?
I don't know. Do
flow?
we have it depends on if we
Or-
have a separate task for, do we have a separate process map for hardcovers versus softcover? Yes, we do. We
Yeah,
have to.
we do.
It's going to go different stuff. So yeah, it's
Mhm.
just modifying the process maps. Any of the hardcover process maps that have cover labeling, we're going to switch it to be case making cover labeling. All the soft covers will be switched to perfect bound cover labeling, and then the drop step will need to be for both.
on that group. Hmm.
Uh-huh. And then at some point in the future, we will discontinue the standard cover label.
Okay, and what does this say about that digital foil cover labeling? And
She's just saying that must be, we must have 2 different cover labeling steps for saddle stitch and digital foil cover, because those are done in different areas of the shop, so that's why we split
Yeah.
those. This
So
is different, where
we
this is
can-
all going to the same station, but they're going to put it on different shelves.
we can still have 2 cover labels in the same process map, or foiled soft covers.
It's a good question. We're gonna have to look at that. I think so.
Let's capture that
for-
question. What was that question again?
In the case of foiled cover, we have 2 cover label steps.
Well, only like it's more for like the artifact upright or the linen books where it's a foil and it's a
Stamp?
pre-made. We don't print it. Yeah, it's a stamp foil or it's the typewriter machine. So it's something we don't print. So that that labeling step is the very first thing that runs and generates, and then they apply that label to the material so that we now have an order item to go with it, so that we can get the right foil on it, and then we can do the match cover gut match. So that's a different labeling step, and I don't remember how we do that. That's one of the things I wanted to have us figure out before this new product, so that we can make sure that we're doing it the right way. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Yes. Is it
Yeah.
ringing any bells?
Kind of. Yeah. I remember talking about it. I don't remember.
You don't remember going down and checking out what the process was?
Well,
'Cause
we
that's what
did.
left. Okay.
Yeah, we went down and we looked at it. I think that where Rebecca and I, remind me, Rebecca, if I'm wrong, but I think that where we got stuck on it is that we went and we looked at the process map, and I asked somebody down there, I don't think you were there, and they said they just followed the map. And so what was your question beyond what the map said, the process map said, that you were concerned about it? I think that's where I got stuck, is I couldn't remember what, were you thinking they were doing something different than the process map, or? Because that was your
I
question,
wasn't
right?
sure what they were doing. Yeah, we weren't sure what they were doing. If they're still following it exactly, if they're still doing all those steps, or if they're shortcutting it, or
Yeah,
I don't
and so they told me they were following the map, but I think that your question was to confirm that and actually see what they're doing, and I did not do that. But I asked somebody down there.
and to see what the process is like. I mean, how are they printing out the labels? Like, where are the
Okay,
how is that working?
yeah, Rebecca and I had a conversation about this last week, and I think we were both just because we'd gone down and we were kind of looking at it, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, this is what we do," but I did not follow one through. But now, okay, I can do that now. Sorry about that. So on this one, do we have are we to a point where we could assign a story point size to this? It sounds, or is it mostly, or is this something you were thinking more that it's just a configuration like Rebecca could set up, or does it need to be? And if that's the case, do you have questions,
Yeah,
Rebecca?
There definitely
It
is a
will
code
be-
change. We've got
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do part of it.
Okay.
Right, 70% configuration and 30% code. It's
Okay. And it's this.
but the code can be done first,
Okay.
independent from that configuration.
Okay.
So it doesn't need to have both at the same time. So I can work on the code change needed, and
Okay. And then it sounds like, Ryan, you are hoping to maybe reach out to Sebastian and run through the vending thing with him, and then we can take it from there. Today, were you thinking, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least give
That's the
you a
plan right
rundown
now.
of where we are. Yeah, but it's a
Yeah, so Sebastian,
order.
what I did is I talked to Jamie yesterday, and I just told her we'd probably want to put in another call with her after you got kind of downloaded from Ryan, and then we can just kind of go from there. So if you guys can hook up sometime today and kind of go through that, then and if you're ready after today, let me know, and I'll set up a meeting with. I can't remember if Tara was part of that. She might want to be, but anyways, I'll set that up with you so that we can run through it again with them and make sure you're clear, and then we could get started on that project.
okay.
And in the meantime, if you want to take a look at this thing, and then we'll go from then we'll check that out too.
Sure.
I just
Ba-
remembered,
back to the-
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so just to finish that cover label thing. So Ryan,
Mhm.
you suggested to create two brand new tasks for the two cover label steps, so that the existing one will become obsolete soon.
Yep.
Right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's the cleanest way to do it. We could try to reuse the one and just make it be soft cover, but I'm not sure that really gives us anything. We can try.
Yeah, the only thing is what will happen with things that are already
That are already
that
on the
dashboard.
shop. Yeah, that's
Right.
not going to work. Yep.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to reuse the existing one for, let's say, soft cover or whichever, and have them fight until it purge. I don't know.
Right now, it's
Yeah.
all going to perfect binding, which is soft cover. Okay.
What do you mean with that? Right now it's all going to perfect binding.
They're
It's all
all
going to cover labeling, right?
and
Which is
sorry,
over by
yes,
perfect binding.
Oh, right.
yes.
And then they're not, yeah, and so they just want to get them separated so that they're. Yeah, it's hard for me to really picture what the fight is, but apparently it's a problem.
Yeah. Okay, so keep the existing one as perfect binding. Perfect
If you
bound
can,
derivative?
if that makes
what
sense,
makes
or you
sense.
could do, or you could just do two new ones and we can move them away from the existing if it's too messy, I think was the question, right?
If they have just one monitor, one dashboard monitor,
I think
they need to
so.
be able both, right?
Yeah.
The old dashboard until it cleans
Mhm.
up, and the new one.
Yeah,
That's the tricky part.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that is always the problem, is getting through the old stuff to the new stuff. Okay, well, take a look at it, and then if you have any questions, like, reach out to me and I'll see what we can do to track it down.
Okay.
All right, well, it's about time we got to head over to this other meeting. So if anybody has anything else to discuss on this call, just make a note of it and we'll go over it tomorrow. Okay, thanks, everybody.
Okay, good.
See you guys.
Bye.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.